chapter is arithmetic progression. But before getting into progression, let us get into something. Let's first understand the concept of what does a sequence mean. पहले sequence सीखते हैं. And books की कोई जरूरत नहीं. You don't need your books. Just pay attention here. So in other schools, this chapter will be known as sequences and series. Sequence and series. Arithmetic progression is a type of a sequence. ठीक है? Sequence. Numbers arranged to any pattern is a sequence. Very interesting thing I'm saying. I'm saying 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, 3 dots. Is it arranged to some logic? Yes. Every number is one more than the preceding number. Have you understood? Let's see something more. 1, 4, 9, 16. Still we find some logic out here. What is the logic out here? Every number is the square of the natural number series. 1 ka square is 1. So there's some logic. Whenever numbers are arranged to any logic, right, or a pattern in such a way that looking at few numbers, I tell you, can you predict this number? So you will say, sir, this should be 25, this should be 36, this should be 49, this should be 64. आपने ये कैसे decode किया? आपने इस pattern को study किया. You studied this pattern and you could formulate the logic. You basically say, sir, here any number is n square, where n is the place value, means this is first, so first square, second is second square. Are you understanding? So these sort of numbers are called, pattern is called a sequence. Now these sequences which I have written are very, very simple ones. आप देख के ही पहचान लोगे कि sequence क्या है. Sometimes they may say that the number is as in sequence, but your head is unable to crack what is the sequence. So please understand one thing. It is not dependent on whether your head can calculate it or not. It is dependent on something which is known as general term. General term. If there is a sequence of numbers where I am able to write a general term means that term is valid for all. This will be a formula, and you just put the place values, you can get any number or any member of that sequence, then it is a sequence. फिर से बोलता हूं. These are very easy sequences which you could decode very nicely from your mind. There are some sequences which will be very tough. It will not work in your head. आप decode ही नहीं कर पाओगे. But they will say these numbers are in sequence represented by a general term, and they will write what is the general term. For example, here the general term is n square. Means if you put n as 1, you get 1 square 1, n as 2, और आपको बता देगा पूरा what is this general term. Whenever you see that there is a general term mentioned, whether your heart agrees or not, that is a series. समझ में आया? Okay. Is this much understood? Okay. So let's clean the board and write that by a sequence, not series, that's called a sequence. Sequence. Numbers arranged to a definite pattern. So what all things make a sequence? ये तो होना ही पड़ेगा. This pattern you can easily decode or you may not be able to decode. That does not mean it is not a sequence. The other confirmation is that every sequence, every member of a sequence can be represented by a general term called nth term. It is called nth term, right? This nth term in some books will be represented as an, in some books may be represented as tn. As a student, your headache should be, sir, an bata do na, an bata do. Once you know the an, you should be able to immediately formulate the series, right? Let us see how we are able to formulate. There will be an AN or a TN, and now once you find that AN and TN, you got the idea how the series will be. Got it? Like when you are in 13th floor of an apartment, what are the flat numbers like? 13 N, 01, 02, 03, 0, everything is with a 13. You climb one stairs up, that 13 gets replaced by 14. So you know the sequence now. So here also, so let's say we give an example. Formulate a sequence of first four members represented by the nth term an is equal to n square, where n belongs to the set of natural numbers. N, this means belongs to, n belongs to set of, or if you are a little bit bacha, then they will write where n is equal to 1, 2, 3 and so on. So we have to make the sequence, we have to generate the sequence now, and the formula they have given us is n square. How many members we have to show? 4 members, right? So our general member is an is equal to n square. N can take what all values? 1, 2, 3, 4, right? So let's make our first member. Our first member is a1. a1 is what beta? 1 square, which is equal to 1. a2 is how much? 2 square. देखो n के जगह पे 2, n के जगह पे 2. This is 4. a3 is 3 square, 9. a4 is equal to 4 square, 16. हो गया. We were asked for only these. So our sequence क्या हो जाएगा हमारा sequence? बोलो बेटा. Our sequence will be once. Our sequence is 1, then 4, then 9, 16, comma, dot, dot. 3 dots. It goes on. P of x जैसा type है, but here you don't have an x and all. Here a general term is given. Based on that general term, you can make it. Clear? Very easy. So they will ask you to make such sequences. Acha. A sequence that we see, remember that a sequence can be finite or even infinite. Infinite means the sequence goes on. ये जाते ही रहेगा. But I am supposed to show only 4. However, if this problem was said like this, formulate the sequence up to 20 numbers only, up to. So it's a finite sequence. It has an end point. Otherwise, it is unlimited. So based on this discussion and example, you get a fair bit of idea what is a sequence all about. A sequence is a pattern of numbers. The pattern can be readily identifiable by me or not identifiable by me. Sir, if they give us some deadly sequence and say, formulate the number, nobody will give you. What they will give you is that they will give you some general terms or nth term, and they will ask you to populate the sequence. Populate. Like this. This was an easy general term. Shall we now see some examples? No opening book, okay? Okay, मैं लिखता हूँ. आइए. Let's say find first 4 terms. Find first 4 terms of the sequence. Of what sequence? This means they will be giving us some formula. 4 terms. They have said a1 is equal to 5. They have specified, a1 they have specified. And further they say an is equal to an is equal to 4 times of n minus 1 plus 2. Very interesting. 4 times of n minus 1 plus 2. Okay? Now question arises, sir, why did they actually give us a1 specified out here? No, because if you put 1 here, then it becomes a0. You don't know what is the value of A0, इसलिए A1 आपको दे दिया है, ठीक है ना? There is some logic. Shall we start? Now we have to find out first 4 terms. One term is already given to you, so you have to calculate only 3 more terms. ठीक है? So you start with calculating A2. A2 should be as per this formula 4 times of A into 2 minus 1 plus 2. Don't you agree? Right? Which means A2 should be 4 times of A1 plus 2. 2 minus 1 is 1. A1 is already specified to me as 5 plus 2. So this is very easy. क्या मिश्रा समझ में आया? अब हमें क्या निकालना है? A3. A3 will have another A2 coming up in picture. So if you don't calculate A2, you cannot calculate A3. ये देखो अब करने से आएगा. Our next number to be calculated should be A3. A3 is what as per the formula? See, A of dog equal to 4A dog minus 1 plus 2. A of cat is 4A cat minus 1 plus 2. So A of 3 is 4A 3 minus 1. So A of 3 is 4A 3 minus 1 plus 2. So this becomes equals to 4A 2 plus 2. Do you know the value of A2? Why not, sir? We just calculated. So I write A3 is equal to, implies that A3 should be equal to 4 times of 22 plus 2. बताओ ये कोई hard था? 88 plus 2 which is equal to 90. So the required first 4 terms are, हमने कितना निकाला? 1 2 3. वो एक और निकालना है. 5, 22, 90. Okay, we have to find one more, huh, beta? That is A4. A4 is 4 times A4 minus 1 plus 2, which is 4 times of A3 plus 2, which is 4 times of 90 plus 2. So this is how much? 400, 49, 36 plus 2, 362. So our next term is 362. Now think reverse. Are these numbers in a sequence? Yes. Why? Because there is some general formula. But if this general formula was hid from you, whole life you below papad, you cannot find out what is the sequence of this. Can you decode the sequence? So that question never is asked. People ask you questions in which they will ask you to populate. Is this understood by you or not? Tell me, all of you. Can you now populate one more? Okay. Okay, take down. Get me the first 6 terms of a sequence. You're going to find out the first 6 terms. You need to get me the first 6 terms of a sequence. And the sequence represents AN as, not AN. The sequence represents A n plus 1 to be equal to AN plus 6, and they have given a value A1 is equal to minus 9. A1 is given as minus 9. ठीक है ना? That means A1 is already calculated for you. You have to find what? A2, A3, A4, A5, A6. चलो करो. क्या मिश्का प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है क्या? देखो बेटो A1 तो दिया हुआ है. This is A1 already given. अब A2 डालो. A2 क्या हो जाएगा? A2 will be equal to A1 is there. How will you proceed in this problem? हाँ, यहाँ पे इंटरेस्टिंग है. Is this the question? हाँ, ठीक है. How will you get the value of A1? No, yeah, we'll start now. A1 is given. How many terms you have to find out? A1, A2, A3, A4, A5, A6. चलो A1 तो दिया हुआ है. राइट, कैन आई राइट हियर A1, यहां पे 1 डालो, पुट n इक्वल टू 1, 1 प्लस 1 is equal to A1 plus 6. What is A1 plus 1? A2. A2. A2 is equal to A1 plus 6. Do I know the value of A1? Given to me 15. अब हमें क्या निकालना है बेटा? A2 निकल गया, हाँ? ओ -9 है, आई एम सो सॉरी बेटा, -9 है, तो इसकी वैल्यू आई -3. ठीक है, नाउ आई हैव टू फाइंड व्हाट आई हैव, वी नो दिस वन. अब A3 निकालना है. एक सुनो, देखो तुम्हारा पॉपुलेटिंग नंबर is n plus 1. So if you want to find 3, please inject 2. Please inject 2. It's just a little bit of common sense. So let's find out. Our next one. A2 plus 1 should be equal to A2 plus 6. Or A3 is equal to A2 plus 6. What is the value of A2? -3 plus 6, which is equal to 3. Similarly, you find out. आदिया समझ में आया बेटो? थोड़ा सा DIMAG you have to put. You know what is DIMAG? Yeah, DIMAAG, which is a very scarce commodity. DIMAAG. डायमाग. क्या हुआ ऋषिका, नहीं हो रहा है? क्या चीज नहीं हो रहा है? अच्छा बताओ, एक सुनना छोड़ी, क्या जी तेरे को प्रॉब्लम है? तो माइंड को ब्लॉक मत करो. ये एक जनरल फॉर्मूला दिया हुआ है. दिस इज अ जनरल फॉर्मूला व्हिच इज गिवन टू अस. हैव यू अंडरस्टूड? बेस्ड ऑन दिस जनरल फॉर्मूला, ये दिस जनरल फॉर्मूला इज फॉर वन सीरीज. सीरीज में कितने नंबर हो सकते हैं? अनगिनत नंबर हो सकते हैं. पहला नंबर भी बता दिया है. हमें क्या करना है? फर्स्ट 6 नंबर्स निकालने हैं. तो पहला वाला तो ऑलरेडी गिवन. आई नीड टू फाइंड आउट A2. आप बोलोगे सर यहां A2 कहां पे डालें? वही तो ना, अगर यहां 2 डाल दोगे तो ये 2 + 1 3 हो जाएगा. हमको 2 ही नहीं पता तो 3 कहां से पता होगा? तो एक और टेक्निक लगाते हैं. इधर 1 डालो. 1 + 1 करने से कितना होता है? तो तुम्हारा A2 निकल जाएगा. A2 विल बी इक्वल टू A1 + 6. इफ N1, तो यहां भी N1 होगा ना. अरे ढक्कन, इधर 1 डालोगे तो इधर भी 1 होगा ना. तो 1 + 1 कितना होता है? तो 1 + 1 कितना हुआ? A1 + 1 2 हो गया ना. दिस इज इक्वल टू A1 + 6. क्या A1 आपको पता है? हाँ पता है, -9 + 6. तो मेरे 2 नंबर निकल गए. अब मुझे नेक्स्ट क्या निकालना है? A3. 2 को निकालने के लिए 1 डाला था, तो 3 को निकालने के लिए 2 डालेंगे. 99 को निकालने के लिए 98 डालेंगे. गधे को निकालने के लिए गधा -1 डालेंगे. गधा -1 निकालने के लिए गधा -2 डालेंगे. एक कम डालना है ना, बस. सिया क्लियर? चलो डू वन मोर. A3. A4 के लिए क्या करोगे? 3 डालोगे. You have to first see how the general term has been given to you. Based on the general term, your input should be. देखो इसमें general term was in the mode of AN, तो इसमें कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं था. इसमें प्रॉब्लम है. चलें, shall we do one more? चलो, one more. You need to get me first 5 terms. How many terms? 5 terms. First 5 terms. And here the general term is very simple. It is in AN format only. Got it? It is in AN format, so you need not massage anything. But when they give you so easy, then they will do something badmashi with you. The AN is -1 to the power n divided by 2 to the power n. Now start taking out the first 5 numbers. A1 तो इसी से निकल जाएगा ना. n की जगह पे 1 डालो. क्यों A1 चाहिए? अभी तो तुम्हें बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक. सी, नाउ द लेगो बिल्डिंग ब्लॉक इज गिवन टू यू. यू कैन पॉपुलेट फ्रॉम हियर. Why do you want A1? देख मुझको A1 हम यहां से निकाल सकते हैं ना. A1, A dog minus 1 to the power dog by 2 to the power dog. A cat minus 1 to the power cat by 2 to the power cat. A1 minus 1 to the power 1 divided by 2 to the power 1. अब minus 1 to the power 1 कितना होता है? minus 1 by 2, half. Clear? 2. Sir, minus 1 to the power 2 divided by 2 to the power 2, which is 1 upon 4. Now minus will change to plus. Every odds the minus will appear. Yes, you got it. Yes. Minus 1 to the power 3, 2 to the power 3. So it is equal to how much? Minus 1 by 8. A4. Minus 1 to the power 4, 2 to the power 4. 1 by 16. A5. Minus 1 to the power 5, 2 to the power 5, which is equal to minus 1 by 32. Now see, you can actually write it like this. See, the sequence is minus 1 by 2, 4, minus 1 by 8, 1 by 16, minus 1 by 32. It goes on. But you know how to write it stylish way so that you can decode the pattern, pattern. Now sixth one you can also see. See, now it becomes easy. Half is consistent when it's place number 1, 1. And in 1, negative. So we get it, all odds are negative. Place number 2. This is also correct. But this makes it much more relatable. Every relation mein aa gaya hai. Okay? So this is, you have understood. This is the first part of the chapter where we only discuss about what is sequence. Every sequence are numbers which are arranged to a pattern. Pattern can be readily noticeable by our naked eye, may not be. That does not mean that we are gadhas. In such a case, there will be a general formula which will be given, and based on the general formula, you can always find out or populate the sequence. So you may be asked to populate a sequence of 3 or 4 numbers, but the general formula is given, and you have now understood. हाँ, जनरल फॉर्मूला कीप्स ऑन चेंजिंग, नहीं तो एक ही सीक्वेंस होगा ना. सीक्वेंस अलग, फॉर्मूला अलग. Which tower do you stay? L tower. So what is the general formula of your apartments? L. L1301, L1302. We are in D tower. So what's our general formula? D1301, D1302. General formula changes. So if I tell you this girl stays in L1301, this girl stays in N1301, do they stay in the same flat? No. You will say not only do they stay in different flats, they stay in different towers just because of LN. So समझ में आया general formula क्या है ना? Your general formula is your DNA general coding is that of a human being. That's why you're walking on 2 what you call legs. If your coding was that of a chimpanzee, you would have been walking on 4 limbs with a tail also around, and people would have paid to watch you. Yes or no? So general formula is different. Our general formula is different. ठीक है? चलें अभी. Now we come to something which is known as arithmetic progression or AP. Arithmetic progression. Now here you have to pay importance because there will be many things you will learn. All are easy to learn and easy to forget. Arithmetic progression. First of all, an arithmetic progression is also a sequence. No doubt about that. ये एक sequence है. That means what all should be there? A definite pattern should be there. Another what should be there? Bolo? There should be a general formula. These two only we know right now. If it is a sequence, it should have a pattern. Pattern should be decodable or non-decodable general formula. But here, pattern will be decodable. It's a special type of a sequence. Now let's see what is the sequence. An arithmetic progression will actually have something which is known as, जिसको आप members बोलते हैं, उसको हम यहाँ पे terms बोलते हैं. What do we call it? Terms, right? And the terms start with first term, then second term, then third term. In such a manner, we end up with what is known as a nth term. Do you agree? Right? And the one little boy who lives down the lane is known as the n minus 1th term. If you understood, have you been able to decode this? What is nth term and n minus 1th term? If this is the 10th term, it is the 10 minus 1, which is the 9th term. Got it? Train ki tarah hai pura. Right? These terms, book to book, differ. Somebody may call them as A1, A2, A3, A4, AN minus 1 and AN. Some books, like we have studied T1, T2, T3, Tn minus 1, Tn. Basically, they are meaning the same thing. Have you understood? Basically, they are meaning the same thing. Now, itna to samajh mein aa gaya, sir. What is so special about this sequence? The special part. The special part is, if you take any two consecutive terms. What are two consecutive terms? Sir, this is also two consecutive terms. Any two consecutive terms differ by a fixed value. Okay, it's like this. That difference, wait, first absorb. पहले लिखते हो ना, इसलिए नहीं समझते हो. Difference between any two consecutive terms is fixed. That means there is a fixed difference. Fixed difference. That means if this number is 1 and this number is 3, then what is the difference between them? 2. 2 should be the difference between the next also. You can populate the next one should be 5. The next one should be 7. The next one should be 9. Have you understood? Any two numbers always differ by a fixed difference. And this fixed difference has a very nice name in arithmetic progression called common difference. ये नाम आपको याद रहना पड़ेगा, whether you're in grade 12. Also represented as CD. CD, common difference. And this is denoted by the letter D. This is denoted by the letter D. Have you understood? 1, then this is 1 plus D, 1 plus D plus D, 1 plus D plus D plus D, 1 plus D plus D plus D plus D. Are you understanding now? Right? So shall we populate our series? Are we in a position? So what did we learn? Arithmetic progression is a special sort of a series or a sequence. You can call it a series, हम नहीं बोलते हैं, sequence बोलते हैं. Series is will come later. So arithmetic progression is a progression, progresses. Progress. You can understand the progress. You can predict the progress. You can populate the progress. So the progression is such that the terms are arranged in such a manner that any two successive terms differ by a common difference which is denoted by D. Have you understood? So now let's just populate. Now you'll see some interesting findings. Let us put my terms T1, T2, or say, let's go by your, then you'll say, sir, in book it is A, why are you writing T? Okay, so let's write it. A1, A2, A3, A4, right? I have put here AN, as of now just AN. I am trying to populate this arithmetic progression. Understood? And if you want position, then this is first, second, third, then fourth, then nth position, right? The first term, I have to start with something. The first garland I have to put one yellow marigold, right? Then how is my progression? 2 orange marigold, again 1 yellow, 2 orange again. In childhood we used to do this, na? Then suddenly ma'am used to see our garland is suddenly looking big. This girl Rishika, instead of 2, she has put 3 orange marigold. Then the pattern is lost. So that will not be, this just like that. So let's see what is our pattern. With the first term, we always write as A1. What is the difference between these two? D. D. So this should be known as A1 plus D. Or say the first term we will represent as not A1, we will represent it as A. What is the difference? D. So this is A plus D. Understood? This becomes A plus D. You had a plus D, another D. This becomes A plus D plus D. You add another D. Sir, it is making very confusing. Well, let's make it easy. This term is A. This term is A plus D. A plus 2D. This is A plus 3D. And I do some jugglery that I write A plus 1D. A plus 1D, 2D, 3D. Now what should be AN? That is the question. Now see. ND कभी नहीं होगा. Second पे आता है 1. Third पे आता है 2. Fourth पे N minus 1D. So nth term becomes A plus N minus 1 into D. Did you get the logic? See. What is the first term? A. The second term is A plus D. Third term is this. Here also, what is the difference? The difference should be D only, na? Here also, what should be the difference? D. That is the idea of. So this term becomes, whatever is this term, is this Reyansh A1? Is this whole thing A2? This is what? A2, or rather I will write like this. Wait. This is A1 plus D. Do you agree? Then this is what? This is A2 plus D. This term plus this. Are you getting it? Na? So, उसको ज़्यादा complicate मत करो. Now just think like this. Think like this. This is A plus D plus D. A plus D plus D plus D. But ऐसे करने से we are not getting a pattern. So let's introduce the pattern. A plus 1D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D. Now you are putting 3 when the position is 4. You are putting 2 when the position is 3. You are putting 1 when the position is 2. So wait. So I take some number here, which is some number AR. R is also some number. So for 4, I am putting 3. For dog, I will put dog minus 1. For R, I will put R minus 1. So this term will be A plus R minus 1 into D. Did you get it? Now, interesting is, what would you put for nth minus 1? Yes. A plus n minus 1 into D. Whatever is this, minus 1. Now, dog is n minus 1. Yeah, so it becomes A plus n minus 2 into D. Did you understand? You discovered a very nice thing, which is known as the nth term of an AP. The nth term of an AP is given by the formula A plus n minus 1 into D, where A is my first term, n is the term which you want to find out, the term, nth term, and D is my common difference. So if you know the common difference, if you know the first term, you can calculate what is the any nth term. Maybe you are not realizing what great thing you discovered. Ye dekho. Suppose we have a series 1, 3, 5, 7, and it goes on. What is your A here? 1. What is your D's value? 2. You can calculate the difference between any two numbers. It's always 2. And I ask you, get me the 247th term. तुम क्या जमीन में बैठ के सब लिखना शुरू करोगे? नहीं. A247 is A plus 247 minus 1 into D. What is our A? 1. 1 plus 246 into 2. So it is 1 plus 200's double is 400, 40's double is 80, and 6's double is 12. So 492. 492 plus 1, it should be 493 is that number. Even without populating, you have said. समझ में आ रहा है? अब ये और है मजेदार चीजें. So what is an arithmetic progression? An arithmetic progression is a special sequence of numbers in which the difference between any two consecutive numbers is always fixed. that difference is known as common difference. कुछ लिखे अभी, इतना एग्जाम्पल तो देख लिया, आओ थोड़ा सा लिखते हैं. Don't look at watch. So we write an arithmetic progression. AP is a sequence of numbers where every consecutive number where difference between two consecutive terms, numbers bolo, yeah, you can use the word, better word is terms. Difference between two consecutive terms is fixed and common. Such a common difference is denoted by D, right? So when you write an AP, your AP should have an A, which is known as your first term, common difference, and it should have a D, which is known as your CD, and then it should have an nth term, which is given by A plus n minus 1 into D. These three are the unique things. Now some more things that you should know. यहाँ छोड़ देंगे तो बोर हो जाएगा, so give me 5 minutes. In this chapter, when you write A plus n minus 1 into D, this is kiddo way of writing, bracket. So you're getting to know one more notation. This is same as A plus n minus 1 into D. If you put the line over n minus 1, it means a bracket. Something new in grade 9 which you should learn. So from now, I may not put a bracket. I may go by putting n minus 1 bar. Means the bracket is all over. And the last thing of today, while you were so now enjoying with D as some number like 2, 3, 4, D is very stylish. D can also be negative, D can be 0, and D can be positive also. So 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5 is also an arithmetic progression, because 5 plus 0, 5 plus 0, 5 plus 0, 5. Then 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 is also an arithmetic progression, because here the common difference is minus 1. Every time you add, the number, the series is reducing. Very logical mathematics is sir. समझ में आ रहा है? So if you see that the last term's values are lesser, you should straight away think that the common difference is negative. Just like your performance in class test, पहले में बहुत अच्छा मिलता है, उसके बाद दिनों दिन मेरे मार्क्स घटते जा रहे हैं. So your common difference is negative. If your common difference is positive, your number should go on increasing. And if the numbers are stagnant, then the common difference is 0. So in next class, we will start. I'm not giving any homework as of now. What you can do, the first exercise, which has only sequence population, that you can do. Sequence populations आप कर लीजिए. Next class से हम AP के अंदर घुसेंगे. So AP means A should be known to you, D should be known to you, and general term should be known to you. AN is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Remember, D can be positive, negative, or 0.